So the types of numbers are natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, real numbers, irrational numbers. So I will go through each one of them in detail with examples. So what are natural numbers? Natural number are whole numbers from up and up. So from 1 and up are natural numbers. So for example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on are all natural numbers. And for the whole numbers, a number with no fractional or decimal part is a whole number and it cannot be negative. So for example, whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on are whole numbers. So I repeat, a number with no fractional or decimal part is a whole number. This is here. And then next comes integers. All whole numbers and their negative counterparts are integers. For example, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on are all integers. And here also minus anything, -5, -6, -10, all are integers. So I repeat, all whole numbers and their negative counterparts also comes in this integers. So next is we have irrational numbers. So what are rational numbers? Any number that can be written by dividing one integer by another is rational number. So in plain English what we can say, any number that can be written as a fraction or a ratio. As a fraction or a ratio, so it's a rational number. So a very easy way to remember what are rational numbers is to always remember the ratio, the root name ratio of the rational number, and then you will be remembering what are rational numbers. So any number that can be written by dividing one integer by another, it's a rational number. So for example, I have written here 0.3, 4.12, 1 by 2. So all these are rational numbers, and there are many other examples of rational numbers. So now is irrational numbers. So what are those? Irrational numbers, a number that can be written as a simple fraction because the decimal goes on forever without repeating. So any number that can be written as a simple fraction is irrational number. So for example, is this 3.14, any number after decimal I have put any number and so on and so forth. And root 2 is also an example of irrational number. So every number has a decimal expansion. Any kind of number, any number has a decimal expansion. For example, 2 can be written 2.000, right? For example, I have this number 2 to show you. I can take any number but 2, and it can also be written as 2.0000 and so on. So, however, you can spot an irrational number because the decimal expansion goes on forever without repeating. So in the irrational number you can just spot that this is an irrational number. How? Because the decimal expansion goes on forever without repeating. So the decimal doesn't, the number doesn't repeat. So that way you can know that this, you can spot that this is the irrational number. So here is my chart, and there are some examples that I have put here to show you. So next is real numbers. What are real numbers? All the numbers that can be found on a number line. Real numbers can be large or small, positive or negative, decimals, fractions, etc. It can be any. So any number, you must be knowing what's the number line. If you don't know, and if you want to know, you can watch my next video. I will make my next video on number lines only, so you can get to know about the number lines from there if you don't know. Otherwise, it's fine. So any number that is found on the number line is a real number. So it can be any kind of, like positive, negative, or a fraction. I will show you by showing you some examples of real numbers. So real numbers. So some examples could be 5 or minus 18. It's a negative number, or a decimal number, or fraction. I can put fraction. So any kind of number, fraction or decimal or negative, positive, any kind of root 1. So any kind of number comes in real numbers, and it can be shown on number line. So I will also show you some examples of numbers which are one of them. I will show you, like I have -2 number here. So this number is an integral also, is an integer also, and a rational number, and a real number also, -2. Likewise, I have this number 46. So this number is a natural number, a whole number, an integer, rational, and real. So many, right? So I will show you another one, 0. The number 0 is a whole number, is an integer, rational, and real. 1/4, it's a fraction. So this is rational and real. So here are some examples. Last one I will show you, this number 6. It's a decimal number, 6.675. So this number is rational and real number. So here are some examples to show you that there may be one or two in this category.